Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, going to watch a relatively newer film here. It's called Bone Tomahawk. Got the Blu-ray here. If you're looking to buy this movie, click that link down below. As for now, let's watch this thing. The film starts with a couple of criminal scavengers, David Arquette and Sid Haig.
That's where we're going.
Arquette's a little
Straight through this place and deeper in.
hesitant.
Should be going someplace that looks like a burial ground.
And Sid Haig's character gets attacked with an arrow. Arquette takes off. And here we have Arthur and his wife Samantha. He's got a really big rip in his leg. A big gash. Kurt Russell, the sheriff, and the deputy, played by Richard Jenkins.
Oh boy, that smells good. Now that I know it's not supposed to be tea.
David Arquette shows up in town.
Because you put him in that hole you dug.
And they hassle him a little bit. Shoot him in the leg.
You alright, old man? Oh yeah. This is Hobby.
They bring Samantha because she's going to extract the bullet. I guess she's got some medical wisdom.
Do what you can for him. Very likely he's going to get hanged, but it would be nice if the families of the people he bushwhacked could come to town and watch him go purple on the road. Well, that's true.
And extract the bullet she does. At a local farm, this unlucky fellow named Buford runs into the same savages who killed Sid Haig. The next day, they find him somewhat gutted.
How many horses does Wallington usually keep in here?
But the next day, the prisoner's gone, as is Mrs. O'Dwyer, Samantha.
I'll be there in about.
And they found a few arrows. It looks like they've been kidnapped.
Mr. O'Dwyer.
He's got to tell Patrick.
Sheriff,
Arthur, I mean.
my wife's still at the jail.
That's only one group that hunts the thing.
Who?
They don't have a name.
What kind of tribe doesn't have a name?
One that doesn't have a language. Cave dwellers.
So a posse of four set out. The sheriff, the deputy, Arthur, and Matthew Fox, who plays Brooder.
Sorry.
Like he said, he has a big gash in his leg that he's been recuperating for a while, but when his wife is in danger, he's got to go out. And he's hurting. Apparently he's got some opium on him, and the sheriff doesn't like that.
Chicory. He's following orders. Now, give over that bottle.
It ain't yours to claim.
If you use that stuff, you'll spill from the saddle. I'm trying to prevent that accident.
I ain't had any.
I'll make a survey.
Sheriff. Old man.
You know, I know that the world's supposed to be round, but I'm not so sure about this part.
In the middle of the night, two strangers show up.
The fire.
Brooder thinks they were going to rip him off, so he shoots him. Brooder may have been right, because in the middle of the night, these guys show up.
Ambush!
And they steal all their horses.
What?
So they have to walk now, and of course, it takes him a lot longer. So he just catches up when he can.
Try to refrain from flirting with Mrs. O'Dwyer.
And he just broke his leg.
O'Dwyer,
The sheriff says he can't go now.
you're staying behind.
No, I'm coming with you.
You can't.
Yes, I can. What? No.
If we don't gangrene,
No, you can't take it. No, I...
They don't amputate, they just set the leg, and these three carry on, and they find a cave. And moments later, they get attacked. And they get attacked. And kidnapped. They get jailed with Deputy Nick and Miss O'Dwyer.
You killed a lot of people. You butchered them in their sleep. And you robbed them. His name was Purvis. And then he desecrated the burial ground of these things.
They end up eating Deputy Nick, after splitting him in two, of course. His crutch isn't much good on this ground, but Arthur wakes up and he's relatively okay. And he pushes on. They still had that little bottle of opium, so they put it in this water thing and they give it to the savages there in the hopes of killing a couple of them, because there's a lot in there. Arthur gets attacked by a couple more. This guy can apparently only be killed at point-blank range. Arthur notices what looks to be a piece of jewelry or something in their throat. He decides to cut it out. That's the little noisemaker that they have that's allowing them to, and he's going to try it out a little while later. It worked. So the creatures drag Kurt Russell out. Looks like he's going to be the next meal. Interesting scene here. They slice open his belly and they take that hot flask and jam it in. They hear Arthur coming.
There's one in there with
And our sheriff takes a bullet. But he's not quite dead yet. Here comes Arthur. Richard Jenkins says his goodbyes, as do Arthur and Samantha. He's going to stay behind and shoot anybody else he can. Presumably that is Kurt Russell finishing off the last of them.
They were.
And that's how our film ends. Alright, let's talk about Bone Tomahawk. This is a movie that was recommended to me by a few people, actually, over the last year and a half or so. I was always curious about it. I saw it, I don't know where I picked this up recently. I was in some store. I think it was Target, actually. And they had it pretty cheap. So I picked it up. And here we go. So anyway, Bone Tomahawk. It's a Western horror movie, I guess you would call it. It says Western drama and horror on IMDb. The horror aspect, obviously, is these, what they called troglodytes. I guess they were at least supposed to be some sort of Native American tribe, too. I don't know. But they got these weird things in their throats that make them do this shrieky thing. So your basic plot here is that take place in the Old West, 1891, I think was the year, or somewhere around there, early 1890s. And these savages come down from the mountains and kidnap Mrs. O'Dwyer, who's played by Lily Simmons, and one of the sheriff deputies. So a small posse of 4 go out to try to rescue them, including Kurt Russell and, can't think of the guy's name now. Jenkins is the last name. He was in Shape of Water, also 6 Feet Under. Matthew Fox, and of course the other guy who goes out to save his wife. Can't think of his name either. Patrick Wilson. So anyway, these 4 guys go out, and eventually they run into these savages, and they get kidnapped. One of them gets killed immediately. And there is an awesome gore scene there, which I showed you a little clip of. Couldn't show you all of it, but a little clip of the guy got butchered and split in 2. I don't think I've seen that in a horror film before. I've seen a lot of carnage over the years, but that was a unique situation to me. They scalped him first, and then they flipped him over, and they basically sliced him in 2 lengthwise. Wow, that was quite a scene, and all of his guts spilled out. Very cool. I can see why horror fans like this movie. And ultimately, they end up escaping. They kill almost all of them, if not all of them. And Richard Jenkins escapes, as does Patrick Wilson and his wife. And so the 3 of them live on. There is a deleted scene I found in the bonus materials on here, which picks up right where the film ends. It's just one final scene, 2 minutes long, where Richard Jenkins says that Patrick Wilson's character should be the new sheriff, and that's the way it's going to be. So, don't know why they would have cut that out. It seemed natural, but that's what happened here. So, Kurt Russell died in this movie, obviously, and took out a few people as well, or took out a few of the savages as well. Some decent, like I said, there was some decent gore too. There was the guy who lost his hand, Matthew Fox. There was some severed fingers too. And did we have a severed head? Did we have a severed head? I thought I remember seeing a severed head. I can't remember. But also gotta give a shout out to Sid Haig in the beginning of the movie. He sounds like Slim Pickens actually in the voice. Love seeing him in films, and also obviously David Arquette had a small role as well. They ate him, is what she said. So anyway, you can get Bone Tomahawk. You can pick this up. I think I got this at Target. Like I said, it was pretty cheap, like $7.88, or maybe it was Best Buy. I don't know. No, I think it was Target. But anyway, you can get the Blu-ray pretty cheap. Very well done film. Some cool extras on here. Just a really decent film. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I bet you a lot of you have seen this already. Bone Tomahawk. And again, if you haven't seen this yet and you want to buy it, click my Amazon link down below. Cool. Check it out. Watch it. Bye.